with the red and white, just for Team Canada. Might bring us some good luck. Alrighty, so now we got the layout. That's pretty much basic. This is the first steps of the layout, is getting the template around the sides. So now we want to make the background. This is a pretty basic concept here too. You want to make your background, or you can grab a background from a wallpaper website or whatever you want. So I'm going to go with this background. And you want to go above your background layer, which is the black layer. Make a new layer, or you can just press Control V right there. But now I'm going to press Control V, paste my background in. And as you see, my background only goes down to here, but that's not a problem. As you see, it cuts off too, and it doesn't look sharp. Like it, well, it looks too sharp, it doesn't look smooth. But we can fix that. It's a very, very easy concept here. So we're going to get these guys in here, get the dancing people. And we want to duplicate the layer again, because we want to go put the background on the right side as well. So that's very easy too. So we duplicate it, and if you hold shift and the arrow key, it moves the selection, well, the layer over a lot quicker, other than just holding just the arrow key. As you see, if you hold shift and press the arrow key, it moves a lot quicker. So we're dragging it over. We don't want to have the characters in there again, because it looks like it's being used too much. So pretty much basically just get it like that. This side, as you see over here, the moon does look good. You can fit that in if you like. I don't feel like fit it in right now for this tutorial, because I don't want to do too much time on it. So we pretty much want to brush around the sides of this background now. So we're going to join the two backgrounds together. So I held shift there and click the layer above it, and I'm going to press Control E to merge them together. And we pretty much want to brush around so it smooths it out. And this also lowers the kilobyte size when you go to save it, which works very, very well. Pretty much want to go around, yeah, brush it all down. Keep brushing. Alrighty, now as you see, our middle part does not go in together good. So what we can do here is we want to start by clicking the layer and then going back to blending options, and we can just play around with the colors now. So we can even go to gradient overlay. We can go from I'm going to actually use colors from the layout itself, well, the background. So I'm going with a light gray to a black. That's going to keep going all the way down to the bottom here. And as you see, it fuses into the background color now, which is going to be pretty sweet when it's done. So now we're going to click this red layer here, which is the inners, and we can also even gradient overlay this too. But when we go to make our layout, we want to when we upload it to YouTube, we want to make sure the opacity is right up there to 100%. So this here, we can go with a lighter gray to a darker to a black, and as you see, it's all going to come down. You can still see the size and stuff. And we can also even add strokes, blending options, and then add our strokes. I like using overlays with my strokes with a white, because as you see, it adds like just the corners, and it makes it, see, as that corner there, it shines it out. It actually looks pretty sweet how it's working right there. And as you see, the middle right here on this background, it's sticking up in the middle. So we can erase that out, just like that. It's very, very, very simple. And if you want, you can grab some of these, or even some water, and throw that water up on top. So it just makes the header a little bit more vibrant. We'll bring that water up here. I'm holding shift again and pressing the up key. And you guys probably think, oh, what he's doing right now. Well, this is, you can fix this. I just wanted to have a background that looks pretty decent for the tutorial. I don't want to go too fast with it. So you can simply just brush this out like that. Then go to this side and do the same. We need to bring the opacity down a bit because it looks like it's too bright. Okay, so that kind of makes the header of the layout there stick out a little more. Okay, so back onto this, we can click this layer, the inners, and we want to add a stroke to that too. You don't have to. I like using strokes though. You want to make sure your strokes are on the outside, not the inside. But it doesn't really matter. If you use a transparency that's set to 100%, you will still see the strokes. But if you use one that's set to none, and you want to have your content, like your background colors of your content, it will take over those strokes and you won't see the strokes anymore. So for the strokes, I might go with, yeah, that looks good. It sticks out a bit. Might want to darken it. And then click OK. And I see the layout is starting to come together pretty decently. You can also add a gradient to your strokes too, eh? You can go to gradient here, and we will go with a lighter gray up top. Maybe a gray like that, but a little bit lighter. And let's see how this looks. To something that's like, yeah, looks good there. Alrighty, click OK, get that all done. I'm gonna move this window. Let's get in my way. Alrighty, so I just see the background is pretty much done, but for most people they like to add more stuff, so you can do that. You can also change the opacity of the middle part here and bring that down, but if you want to have a background that totally goes right across the whole layout, because I just see the moon here is going to be all cut off. But yeah, actually we can go with an opacity set level for this. But all it's going to do, this middle part right here where the player is, you don't really need that there, so you can blacken that out, because if you have that there, the player's going to cover it anyways. But there's also another problem too by doing this, is when people go to view your grid view, they're going to see this unless you have your transparency level set to none, and it covers your background covers this whole general area here. So actually, yeah, we'll leave this at opacity set all the way up to 100%. And what you can do here to fix that problem, because the grid view only happens in this general area at the top, is what you can do is bring this all the way over. So you just go to edit free transform, and you're going to bring this all the way over so it matches with this other line over here on this left side. You want to make sure you get it right on the button. That's right there. Now our whole content area in the middle is going to be perfect when we go to save this and get it on YouTube. As for this edit box, you can leave it the size that, like for example, this size. Sometimes it's bigger. For example, if you're logged in, it would say other users will see the subscribe button and stuff, and sometimes it might go down here, the text. So it might not look good for you, but it'll still look good for the other viewers. And I just see the lines are still down here. We can fix that by going to a new layer. I'm not even sure if this layer does anything. Yeah, we'll delete layer 5 and work with this layer. Grab out your paintbrush tool. 300 is good. You want to make sure your paint is black. And you simply just paint over it, and it brushes it out perfectly here. Alrighty, so now we pretty much have our layout. It's pretty much done right now. Like, there's not much else you can do other than add more special graphics if you really want to. What you can do now is you actually can bring down the transparency of this layer now. So you get all that extra stuff in there, as you see up from that wallpaper. So yeah, we'll bring it down to about 60.